Okay, first video, let's go. Welcome to my manga haul for the month of October. And I say haul, but it's not really a haul because I didn't get all this in 1 month. I've been collecting manga since July of this year, I believe. And I've been reading it for a while. I've been watching anime for forever, but I've never really started collecting manga until this summer. And so I guess this is like a little collection video, but it's a haul. It's a haul pretty much. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first manga of this haul is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen volumes 1 through 5. Now this manga has been exploding lately by how successful the anime has been doing. And you already know how it goes. A successful anime can truly bring a successful manga. I mean, look at Demon Slayer, dude. The anime has popped off, therefore the manga has popped off. Yeah, everyone's favorite character right there, Gojo. And the art style as well is just nothing I've really seen before in manga. Like, it's honestly just insane. Love Jujutsu Kaisen. Definitely one of my favorite series out right now. Speaking of favorite series though, this next manga that I have might just be my favorite in my collection so far. And that is, if I can get it, Eden Zero volumes 1 through 7. Jeez, this manga has been so fun to read. It's by the same guy, Hiro Mashima, who's made Fairy Tail. And as you can tell, Happy looks like Lucy, looks like Natsu. Basically using the same character designs, just a new story, new names for them. And yeah, if you're a fan of Fairy Tail like I am, this series is going to be so fun for you, honestly. And it's supposed to get an anime as well, I believe, sometime next year. And it's getting a video game as well, so there's a lot riding for this series. A lot riding on this series. Volume 6 right here. And lastly, volume 7. I believe there's 9 volumes out here in the West so far. And yeah, it's just a phenomenal series, especially if you're a fan of Fairy Tail. But my next series is something that I'm contemplating on collecting, but I think I just might since there's not that many in the whole series. And that's Black Torch volumes 1 and 2. Now, this series, I got mixed emotions about it because it's just your general basic shonen, has ninjas and they're fighting monsters and stuff like that. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can see it takes heavy inspiration from Bleach, and it's all in all just a very basic shonen manga. Like, there's not much else to say about it. Speaking of shonen, this is a series that I definitely recommend, and it's Spy Family volumes 1 through 2. This is an incredible series so far. It's basically about this guy, he's a spy, and his mission is to create a fake family, and he goes out, finds a wife who agrees with it, and he goes out and adopts a kid, and little does he know that wife and that kid are assassins and telepaths. So it's a very fun read, very stupid, but at the same time it keeps you intrigued, and the art style is pretty funny as well. So yeah, I'm loving Spy Family. Highly recommend. Next series I have isn't really a manga, it's a light novel, but it's a continuation of my favorite manga, and that is Bleach Can't Fear Your Own World. Oh my goodness, I'm such a huge Bleach fan. It's my favorite manga, it's my favorite anime, and I'm so glad it's getting a continuation with these light novel series. I absolutely love Bleach, and only read this if you're a fan of Bleach as well. My next series is also a continuation of a certain anime that a lot of people love and a lot of people hate, and that's Boruto volumes 1 through 3. Now, Boruto has gotten a lot of mixed emotions over the years, and honestly, I can see why. It's not the best in the world, it doesn't touch Naruto at all, but it is a good series. After you get past the first couple of volumes, it does get better. And I know the anime says otherwise, but like, it's cool. You know, if you're a fan of Naruto, definitely recommend you pick up Boruto. Don't expect it to be as good as Naruto though. Next series I have is Finland Saga. Now, this is a manga that I'm contemplating of collecting as well, just because it's super expensive. but the anime has been doing super well, therefore the manga is doing super well. You know how it goes. Yeah, this is definitely one of the better mangas I have in my collection from this first volume alone. And if you're into historical fiction, please read Vinland Saga. This is such a good manga, and the anime as well is phenomenal. I'm surprised it's only just now getting that anime. Like, whew, Vinland Saga's a ride, dude. The next manga I have, though, is one that I'm highly looking forward to collecting over the next couple of months, and that's Soul Eater, the Perfect Edition. Now, I don't know anything about Soul Eater. I'm a huge fan of Fire Force. This is the only reason why I picked up Soul Eater, since it's made by the same guy. And these Perfect Editions are brand new. I think there's only 2 volumes out right now. And I'm pretty sure this is the best way to get... Ooh, I don't think I can show that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the best way to get into Soul Eater if you haven't already. And that's exactly what I'm doing, so yeah. Soul Eater. Next is one that I'm absolutely falling in love with, and I need to pick up more volumes of this soon, and that's My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Now, when I first heard about this, I had no idea, absolutely no idea what it was. You know, I didn't see Deku anywhere. I didn't see any of these main cast characters in the main story. So I'm like, what is this? And basically, if you don't know what My Hero Academia Vigilantes is, so our main character Koichi has a super trash quirk and he couldn't become a hero. But he meets this dude Knuckle Duster and they team up and they become vigilantes pretty much. People who save people without, you know, hero license, or they just do their own thing with their own mindset. And yeah, they're just heroes but not really heroes, if that makes sense. They're heroes but not professional heroes. I hope that made sense. Anyways, next up I have a super underrated manga that I struggle to find, honestly, like Astral Lost in Space. I have not seen more than 1 volume in all the bookstores that I've went to. So I'm definitely going to have to look online to collect the rest of these. I believe there's only 5 volumes for this. But this is a great manga if you're into space or that futuristic sci-fi type stuff. Absolutely amazing manga. It's basically about a group of high schoolers that get lost in space and they have to try to find their way back home. And it's just a nice read. I'd only read it if I was into sci-fi though. It's nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. Now this next series, I'm kind of disappointed to have in my collection, and that's Act Age, or Actage. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'm gonna say Act Age. Basically, this is a story about a girl who wants to become an actor. But if you don't know, the author of this series, he basically, he did some things. Let's just say that. He did some things. And they canceled this series. Feel bad for the artist. The author, he's a disgusting man. If you want to know what he did, I'm not going to say it on here. Go look it up, do research yourself. But yeah, it's such a bummer that they canceled this series, dude, because it was honestly phenomenal. As like Shonen Jump, this is shonen, an acting manga, shonen. Yeah, this was gonna change the game, and the fact that the author just blew it because he couldn't keep his hands to himself, let's just say that. So disappointing, man. Feel bad for the artist as well. Next manga I have is something that, again, I'm contemplating on collecting, and that's Comey Can't Communicate. I'm not the biggest fan of mangas like these. It's pretty much about a girl who has like this social disorder where she can't really talk to people. She gets too shy. She meets this guy and he wants to help her, you know, make friends. and it's cute, but like it's not for me. You know, I collect Boruto, Jujutsu Kaisen, you know, My Hero. Yeah, this is definitely not for me. But I think I'm gonna give it another go. I'm gonna get 2 more volumes of this, and if I just don't like it, I'm not gonna get any more of those. Next, we got the big mangas. First, I have Plunderer Volume 1. Now, I've had multiple opportunities to collect Volume 2 and Volume 3 of this, but an anime is out for this, and I think I'm gonna just watch that instead, because this is a good manga, but it's nothing that wowed me, you know? Colored page looks pretty sick. You know, the art looks pretty sick. If you're into like that magical fantasy type stuff, definitely give this a go. It's a decent read, nothing insane, nothing crazy, you know? The concept of it is pretty cool though. Next up, we have one of my favorite mangas in my entire collection though, and that is Blood Lad. Man, if this wasn't so expensive, I would have so many volumes of this. But Blood Lad basically follows this demon named Staz, and this human girl falls into the demon world, and he tries to bring her back to the human world. And it's super cool. The art style is amazing. I highly recommend Blood Lad if you're into like that seinen type stuff. But there is an anime for this. I haven't seen it yet. But Blood Lad, I'm definitely gonna collect more as I go on in life, you know? Next up, I have a manga that I just recently read, and it's easily a 10 out of 10, and that's All You Need Is Kill. Man, this was a ride. This is all 1 volume, so if you want a quick, well, I say quick, if you want, you know, just one story, just to get through something in 1 volume, please pick up All You Need Is Kill. This manga is fantastic. It's about a guy named Keiji who essentially is stuck in a time loop, and he's in war, and to get out of that time loop he has to fight all these mimics, or what they called, which are essentially these alien creatures who came to invade Earth. And yeah, this is just such a sick manga, dude. The art style is insane, the story is phenomenal, and it's just amazing. I'm pretty sure the guy that made Death Note, the creator of Death Note, he worked on this manga as well. So if you're a fan of Death Note, you might be a fan of this. It's something super different from Death Note, but highly recommend All You Need Is Kill. Fantastic manga. Last but not least, we got Good Night Pun Pun. I know some people pronounce it Pun Pun, but I think Pun Pun sounds better. Now, this is definitely by far the most depressing manga I've owned. This is messed up, man. This manga is so messed up. And honestly, I'm in love with it, dude. Not really gonna say what it's about because I kind of can't really explain it off the top of my head. But it's by Inio Asano, and if you know Inio Asano, he can make some messed up stuff sometimes. But yeah, this is pretty depressing. If you don't like that sad stuff, that depressing ride type thing, do not pick this up. If you're going to read this, read it with an open mindset. And all in all, read it for the experience. Like just oh my god, I'm getting tongue twisted just talking about it. This manga is just different. It's just different. So basically, we have this guy, this kid, I should say. His name is Pun Pun, and this is how Inyo decided to make him look. Even though in the story he's looked as a normal kid, but we basically see the beginning of this kid's depression and how his depression progresses as the story goes. And it's basically a story about depression. At least that's what I got from reading this. And yeah, Good Night Pun Pun. Definitely getting the entire thing of this. It's so sad, but I just need more. But yeah, that is my entire manga haul. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was somewhat enjoyable. It's my first video, so get off me. But yeah, first manga haul. Yeah.